Hi everyone. Thank you for being here. Let me start about a little bit about myself. So I'm founder of Hydrowlabs. We are a tech team based out of Pune. We focus on building Frappe-driven experiences, web, mobile app, chatbot experiences, uh, and we also implement ERP next, of course. So I'm here to talk about payroll. Uh, I'll first talk my about my experience and how we got started, uh, you know, with the payroll. So I used to use Razor Pay payroll. We had when we had like 3 years back. We had a small team and it had. Okay. We had a small team. It kind of worked out. uh, we had a small team, it was working out, but then we, when we started uh, doing stuff with that, uh, more complicated, it was not working out for us. And since we were ERP next partners, we decided, okay, it's time to bite the bullet, implement Frappe HR. uh, to a person who is an engineer by profession, implementing ERP next after finding Frappe, payroll was really difficult to set up. Uh, and that is, I thought like it's just for me. But then in the community, I found there are a lot of people having problems matching the figures. uh, I was like, okay, we were able to figure out the new regime. The new regime based payroll is working for Hydrolabs. Let's not touch it. Let's be happy with it. But then what happened was we started working on a large scale ERP implementation project for Merrill, where we were looking to build 10,000 plus payroll for 10,000 plus customers. That's when we decided to build a payroll specific uh, for India. Rishabh, Nabin kind of nudged me towards, take this chance, build an open source payroll module for India, and that's how the open source payroll module for India Payroll got started. So, I mean, this is about what we built, what is in the application. So this is, I mean, we started with the bare bone basic is the tax configuration. Now, when you had to do tax configuration, you had to do research of all the tax regimes that are there, what are the tax slabs, and you have to configure it by yourself. That's not ideal. I mean, uh, a payroll system should come up with the standard tax configuration by itself. So we have pre-configuration for both old and new regimes. So this is for the old regime. So we have, so when you will install that payroll module, India Payroll, it will come up with scripts and uh, all the configurations that you need for the tax regime. We will be keeping the track of the laws and regulations, updating it based on the financial year and the applicability. So similarly, this is for the new regime. This will change year to year. We are going to maintain it, uh, going ahead. Now, the biggest part that we face challenges with were the compliances. We have implemented compliance for ESIC. ESIC stands for Employee State Insurance, basically. So uh, there, uh, all the insurance amount that is to be collected is to be transferred to a specific insurance account. So ESIC is implemented. EPF stands for Provident Fund. So the nuance in the Provident Fund is that you have a certain percentage contribution from the employee. There is a certain percentage from the employer. The both are part of CTC. And one that is the employee's contribution is considered as a tax deduction. Next is NPS. NPS is National Pension Scheme. Again, a certain percentage, a configurable percentage can be, contributed by the employee it goes into the National Pension Fund account. Lastly, the perquisites. Uh, let's say you are giving your employees services which are in kind and not as amount, such as loan, which is interest free or below the interest rate, or you are giving a driver services, car services. So these are something you have to pay tax on. The employee has to pay tax on. These are part of your taxable salary, and there are specific rules associated for it. So we configured all these in the India payroll. We have configured profession tax for all the states of India, so that you don't have to go and figure out what's the rule. Every state has its own particular rule. Here in Maharashtra, we have a rule where women have less profession tax, men have more profession tax. In February, there's a different profession tax. Yeah, so we have configured that. We also worked on tax exempt reimbursement the way it should be, after studying all the who's who of the uh, SaaS products, and have taken best of every product out there. And lastly is a TDS worksheet. So let's see that in action. So I'll start with the salary structure assignment. So we have modified the salary structure assignment it a little bit. So what you can do is, I mean, these are the standard part. You can see the tax regimes, payroll period. This is all standard. Uh, at the bottom, you can see these allowances and other configurations. So these are the tax exempt configurations or allowances that you can configure in one click. These are employee reimbursements. So they have these employee reimbursements have a nuance actually. So they are accrued every month, and based off how much is accrued, you are able to reimburse. So such facility was not there in the standard ERP Next payroll. So we built it out. We also have added all the configurations needed with the base defaults that you require for configuring the perquisites. So for example, for car perquisites, you can basically uh, for car perquisites, you can specify the car that you are giving to your employee. You can specify uh, the CC, etc. And then it actually calculates the perquisites based on the configuration. So that is the calculation. Secondly, the payroll module did not have a concept of CTC structure and a salary slip structure. What happens is there is a CTC breakup of salary components which is different, and uh, breakup of salary slip components that is different. So we did not have that ability, and we did not be able to give that understanding to employees. So we have implemented that CTC breakup concept. So you can configure certain components that are part of CTC, certain components that are just part of the salary slip, and based on that you get a CTC breakup, which gives your employees a accurate understanding of how your company CTC that is committed in the uh, job offer is adding up to, right? Now payroll is about all compliance, and TDS is the most important part of the compliance. If you can't match the TDS, your compliance is not proper. So we have given a very transparent way to match your compliance. Every module, every tax deduction, everything is coming here, so that you can just visually see and verify if the tax calculation is correct. This is a print format that can be attached with your salary slip. So your employee actually knows what TDS calculation is, how is getting what deduction he has got in the salary slip. So along with implementing India specific compliances, uh, we had requirements that were constantly coming to us from all the partners we work with, clients we work with. So here are a few things we implemented in the India payroll. One is loss of pay reversal. So suppose you are having an employee who did not apply for leave and took a 3 days off, and that was at the end of month. He was for some reason not he could not be contacted at the end of the month. That's why you deducted 3 days of salary and paid off uh, the rest. Now he comes back from the leave and says, "Sir, I'm sorry, there was XYZ reason. I have these leaves. Please regularize these leaves." So that is what the use case for loss of pay reversal. This is very important because this is, I mean, there was a leave that was there for that employee, but he couldn't take just because of communication. So we have built a loss of pay reversal module. So you can come, you can select which employee, which applicable month, and then loss of pay is calculated that was there for those few days, and then you can have an option to reverse for a certain amount. This will go as an arrears in the upcoming month's salary. This is how it should be. So TDS and all is remained intact. These are the components. Now you can see if you have a basic component, it will have a basic arrear component. So all that matching is done on the salary component basis, and a very elaborate, explicit, and accurate salary slip will get generated for employee. That is what we expect of a good payroll system. Secondly, I mentioned about reimbursements. So these reimbursements are accrued. So we also modify the accruals. So if he has a certain driver salary, let's say accrual for reimbursements. So those reimbursements will also add up. Accruals will add up when you do a loss of pay reversal. So all of this gets automatically done when you do a loss of pay reversal entry. Similarly, a lot of times businesses give increments in a backdated format. So what happens is, let's say increment cycle is from April to the next March, till March. But increments are not decided in April. They are decided after evaluation of performance, all of that. And then by the June, you get an accurate figure of what your performance was, and then what your increment would be. Now you have to give a detailed breakdown and add that you know extra salary that was to be paid in April, May, June uh, as an arrear in the next month. So we have built an module over here which will do a back calculation, find how much is pending. It will also take in consideration of the accruals that are there, and then generate a accurate report, and then additional salaries will be automatically generated based on that. Apart from that, we implemented a feature of bonus. So a lot of times companies like to give a bonus where the bonus is initially is part of CTC, but withheld from the employee for a certain period of time. So it is withheld till 11 months, and on the 12th month you give, or you withheld a small amount, and until the retirement till the exit of that employee, you keep that withheld. So all these kind of scenarios we are catering in the bonus accrual also. And this is all integrated with loss of pay, salary revision. So right now we have all the compliances, all the reports are coming out perfectly. Uh, the next that we have planned is automation. We want it should, like, India Payroll should be a one-stop shop where you can come in, just run the payroll, click a button, and then TDS, ESIC, EPF can be configured and uploaded into the government systems automatically. Uh, we also are coming up with a Form 16 generation and a signing facility. And lastly, it is still complicated to create a salary structure, uh, one needs to have knowledge and if understanding of all the effects that are going to happen. So on a longer term, we want to have a very simple newbie solution to build salary structure yourself. No, anyone who is just a solopreneur should be able to configure it. So that's the plan. We have open sourced the ERP Next India Payroll module. It's available on this link. We are going to do pilots. If anyone would like to volunteer, we can work with you to do pilots. When we have a sizable implementations, then we will be opening it as a one-click install on the Frappe marketplace soon. Thank you.